La kalau udah kata orang mau bertak orang ngabi ko vida na tingin ni beron ke imbita na kunong ko. Ini kay guna taka nangun scrub. Puri tengah bongko bi kimi ka sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, ko pa daran do kami Australia. GD mati.
Ko. Siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, siya sa dulu. Rita, kayu ko ka man Leonard ko.
Siya nga singto na Leonard ba na rugby league?
Yo. Masa pa nangunci?
Iyo mati, araw nangunci.
Ha?
Ata mo mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achida.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise. Making memories that last a lifetime. Come on everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
FMF friend. Mula ni mataka ni viti. Moyang mula marau ena besinga. Navakandi ni kebo ni ngau nango. Pakandina nila takisai hikonga. Seni churi ruang dua me adobanga. Ebi.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Bulavanaka and welcome to My Perfect Bake. I'm your host, Jacquee Speight. The recipes we showcase this season are for everyone, easy to follow and affordable to make. We're also giving 2 viewers a chance weekly to win fantastic hampers thanks to FMF Foods Limited, Malia Clothing, and some of my favorite small businesses. A lot happening here on My Perfect Bake, so stay close. In the kitchen with me today is a person whose works of art have fast caught the attention of so many near and far. 28-year-old Josese Cagica was put to the test when COVID-19 hit Fiji. Instead of putting his talents and life on hold, he turned his passion for baking into what is now a full-time successful small business. Hey Josese!
Hello Jackie, how are you?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm very good.
I am
Very
so
excited.
thrilled to have you here. I can't wait to get into it with you. But first, tell the audience a bit about yourself and your business.
Alright, so I'm a 28-year-old gentleman from the beautiful islands of Vinegar.
You're from Laos?
Yes. I have maternal links to Vivia.
I had a running bet with somebody. I said, he has to be Ratuman. And now they're telling me that you're Lawan. Okay.
So my business have been running for a little over 1 year now.
Right.
It started when COVID hit the country and I got stuck in Fiji.
Wow.
So I wasn't able to return back to work in the Cook Islands.
So you were based in the Cook Islands. How long have you been working in the Cook Islands?
2 years. And I've been in the industry for over 10 years.
Amazing. And so lockdown was last year. So you were in the country for a holiday?
I was in the country for a holiday.
Yep.
And just in time for my trip back,
The border's shut.
Yes, the border shut.
And so you're sitting at home and then you just decide, I've got to start baking to earn an income.
Yeah.
And it just took off. And that's how I found him. Because if you're on Instagram or Facebook or, follow any of your friends or families, someone has ordered a cake from him. I kid you not, someone has. And they're just honestly works of art. They're the most beautiful things to look at. So your business is the Cake Lab. It's the Cake Lab by Jay, but right now it's just the Cake Lab.
The Cake Lab. I've changed the branding so that it's easier for people to find my business on Facebook.
And there you have it. So, if you are, again, on Instagram or Facebook, make sure you check him out. Today we're making one of Jay's favorites off his menu, German chocolate cake. Now, everyone loves a good chocolate cake, and there's so many variations of it. Jay, what was your reason for adding the German chocolate cake to your menu?
So basically, my family loves this recipe.
Okay.
I started doing this cake for my brother's 21st birthday a couple years back.
Right.
And since then, it's been our family favorite.
See, I love that because everyone we've had in on the show, there's always a reason as to why they've added something, and most of their reasons have been, I decorate because it reminds me of my family. You know, they incorporate their family colors, or their family members just love that particular recipe and it's been a hit for them. So it's nice to know that that's pretty much been the same story with you when it comes to German chocolate cake. And, you know, contrary to what many people believe, this cake did not originate in Germany. It's actually an American recipe. And in 1852, Samuel German, an English-American baker who worked for Baker's Chocolate Company, created a new type of dark baking chocolate. And this chocolate was named Baker's German Sweet Chocolate, after its creator. So about 105 years later, after the creation of this baking chocolate, the Dallas Morning News published a cake recipe by Texas homemaker Mrs. George Clay, and she called her unique recipe German's Chocolate Cake because it called for this brand's sweeter variety of chocolate. So now everyone simply knows it as German chocolate cake, but it's an American recipe. So Jay, what ingredients are needed for this recipe?
So we have milk, vinegar, sugar.
What type of vinegar is that?
This is the white vinegar.
Oh, okay then.
And then we have baking soda, cocoa powder, and interestingly, we have mayonnaise instead of eggs for this recipe. So it gives that rich flavor.
I have never used mayonnaise in a recipe. I'm very excited for this. So what type of mayonnaise is this?
So it's just a regular mayonnaise where you can find at the supermarket.
Right.
You can use any type of mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
That makes it easy.
Yes, because mayonnaise contains eggs, so that's why we're using it today.
Okay. So say for instance, if we had the eggs, which we have here, we've decided today to go with the mayonnaise. How many eggs would we need for this particular recipe?
For mayonnaise, you use egg yolks.
Right.
So roughly, you'll probably need 5 egg yolks.
Okay, so if you're at home, and here's the wonderful thing about this recipe, if you do not have the eggs, you'll need 5 egg yolks, then you can use mayonnaise. How amazing is that? That blows my mind. I can't wait to try this. I really, really cannot wait to try this. So let's take a quick break, and when we get back, we're making German chocolate cake.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is best, Edmund's baking powder, and supported by Malia.
Kalau ko ulo na katawa lang mo porta ko lang abi ko vida na tingin ni meron kay imbita na ko nungko. Jadi kay guna taga nangun scrub. Guri tengah bongko bi kimi ka sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, ko pa kamdaran do kami Australia. Jide mati.
Ko, siya ni Jide mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, shit. Sa guri. Rita, kayo ko ka man po.
Siya nga singto na line out ba na rugby league?
Maka pa nang ulchi.
Iyo mati, araw na ulchi. Ha? Ata mo mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, min tamara wa tamara. my kasering and
Chow chicken noodles, yay! Chow chicken noodles when you hungry, yaar. Fire chow. Chow chicken noodles, fire chow. Hungry, yaar. So delicious, so tasty, ay, ay, ay. Chow chicken noodles, hungry, yaar. Fire chow. Very tasty, so delicious, yummy, yummy, hungry, yaar. Chow chicken noodles, hungry, yaar. Chow chicken noodles, hungry, yaar. Fire chow.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is best, Edmund's baking powder, and supported by Malia.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have Josese from the Cake Lab here in the FMF My Perfect Bake kitchen, and where he's about to show us just how easy it is to make German chocolate cake, which is simply American sponge cake. Jay, shall we begin?
We shall.
Okay, where do we start?
Okay, so we're gonna first mix the dry ingredients together.
Okay.
I'll let you do that.
All right.
So you just drop all the dry ingredients in the sieve and then.
Okay, then. I love that he's trusting me with this
The
because.
sugar you can just throw it in the bowl.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Because on the previous episodes, I'm not put in charge of mixing these. So
Yes.
sugar, this is, what's this? Baking soda.
Then we have the cocoa powder.
Right. Very simple, easy recipe.
And then we'll just use the spatula just to stir it in
Okay.
so it drops easily.
Oh, I love the smell of cocoa. Really, really nice. How many orders do you take in a week?
Depends really on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm busy, I can take up to 10 orders
That's
in a day.
lot.
And on top of that,
In a day?
In a day.
Wow.
So
Okay, and it's only you baking. Do you have help from anyone?
my family helps me out.
Okay.
I have siblings who help me out during the day
Right.
and teach them a bit of skills in baking.
So tell me, was this always the dream? Did you always want to bake, or is it something that you just kind of stumbled into?
I had passion for baking ever since I was growing up because my mom and I used to bake custard pie on Sunday, and we used to sit around waiting for the pot of custard.
Which is such a staple in Fiji,
Yes.
custard pie in everyone's home. Okay.
So
Then
we're gonna need 3 cups of flour.
3 cups of flour. Okay, so 3 cups of just normal FMF flour.
Normal FMF flour.
Oh, wonderful. So you grow up making custard pie, and that just sparked your interest, and you decided then and there you wanted to do baking full time?
Yes.
Did your family have any other plans for you? Like maybe they wanted you to, it has to be leveled, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did they have any other plans for you in terms of, oh, maybe you should be a pilot, you should be a teacher, maybe a doctor?
Yes.
Why baking?
Um,
I just add this in?
yes.
Yep.
My family wanted me to have a white collar job,
Right.
but I had passion for baking, so I had to explain to them why I want to take up this.
And so
this
once you
career.
explained that to them, they just came on board.
Yes, I have had a lot of support from my family.
Oh, that's wonderful. So where did you go like to earn your qualifications to become, a qualified chef?
I attended Fiji National University
Right.
just for a year.
Right.
And midway through the semester, I joined my first workplace, which was the Radisson. And then from there on, I was trained by expatriates, and that's when I gained experience from different levels of cooking and baking.
So, did you always want to work in tourism?
Yes.
That was the goal. So while you were in school, it was, I'm going to make it into get into a resort, and then move around from there.
I figured that would be the best way to expose my talent.
Yes.
And gain experience as well.
Wow. You know, I've been looking at, the stuff that you make. Where do you get the inspiration? Because honestly, some of the decorations are just exquisite. There's two of my favorites so far. There's one that's this like metallic gold.
Yes.
And there's another one you did for somebody's wedding. It was pastel colors, a blue and a peach, I think.
Yes.
Two-tier. Oh, when I'm having a bad day, I find myself sometimes, and this is the honest to goodness truth, going onto your page and just admiring each cake that you put out, each post, simply because they're just the most beautiful things to look at.
Thank you, Jacquee.
So where do you get the inspiration for all of them? Do your clients come to you and say, this is how we want it to look? Or
most clients do. They actually tell me what to do with the design of the cake, and
Right.
sometimes I incorporate my ideas with their ideas,
Right.
and make it into one. I get inspiration from Instagram, Pinterest, and a
Right.
lot of other international bakers
Right.
around the world. So Jacquee, that's done. We're gonna put this mayonnaise in the mixing bowl.
Okay.
So we've got a whisk attachment here,
right?
and all we need to do is just chuck this in.
Yep. This is amazing. I've never seen a cake or seen someone make a cake using mayonnaise. Very exciting.
Even I got a bit thrilled when I first learned about this ingredient,
Right.
this recipe, and then we'll start mixing.
Okay.
So we'll start a process of emulsifying again.
Okay.
So what I'll need is the oil.
Yep.
So you'll slowly add in the oil
A little at a time.
little at a time.
Okay. Now?
Yes. I'm just lifting up the mixer because the attachment is not fully touching
Okay.
the base,
Right.
but you gotta be careful.
Right.
Your safety is also important while using machines. Then you can add some more.
And it has to be the right amount of oil, right?
Yes.
Too much will spoil it.
Too much will spoil.
I know something.
And then you'll add the last bit.
Okay. All of it?
Yeah.
All right.
So while that is in the mixer,
Yep. Keep going.
we're gonna mix our vinegar
Okay.
and our milk.
It just, everyone's got vinegar in their pantry. They've got mayonnaise in the pantry, oil in the pantry, and just whipping it all up. Very, very easy.
So this process is the making of buttermilk.
Okay.
So we're actually thickening the milk,
So it's just normal full cream milk
normal full cream milk,
with your white vinegar.
white vinegar,
Okay. And how long are you going to mix that for?
just until it thickens up. So
Okay.
just a little bit of.
So wait, this is just normal buttermilk, like, okay, I'm going off with the cakes. I always watch these recipes where they say, oh, leave the chicken to soak in the buttermilk. This is it? Ah, I'm excited. Now I can go home and make some fried chicken. Okay.
You have buttermilk ready available, but
Okay.
this is
An easier way,
you-
especially if you're at home and you can't go out and buy buttermilk. This is the simple way. Full cream milk and white vinegar.
so we're slowly gonna add this into our mix.
Okay.
After that is all added,
Right.
we'll add in our dry ingredients,
Okay.
and then we'll lower the speed. So very slow speed,
Right.
and then
And then just start adding that in bit by bit. There you go. I'll leave that to you because I'm bound to cause a mess if I do it. So easy.
While I'm doing this, Jackie, would you be able to grease the tray for me?
Oh really? That's it? So once you mix it all in there,
Yes.
it just goes straight into the trays and
Yes.
right into the oven.
Yes.
How easy is this recipe?
So we have butter there,
Right.
and we have a brush.
Okay, I've got that.
I'm letting you do most of my job.
I like how he says this because for me that's the tough one. No, really. So do you only brand yourself on Instagram and Facebook, or do you use other platforms, or is it word of mouth through
I also
your clients?
use TikTok.
Oh, you use TikTok too?
Yes.
That's wonderful that you know how to use the platform, because not a lot of people have gotten onto that, branding their businesses using TikTok.
So we're not gonna overmix this, so we'll just stop it.
Look at that batter.
It's a bit not done yet, so we'll just use the spatula to mix it, just so we don't overbeat it.
It reminds me of when I'm looking at it, I guess because we've used, well, who knows, it just reminds me of a really good cake mix.
So here's our cake mix.
Right. Oh, that batter looks so good. Smells really good too.
It's got that peanut.
Yes, it
sort of
does.
scent.
And that's I was reading up on the German chocolate cake, and that's one of the standouts of it. The highlights of a German chocolate cake is that it has peanuts in it or almonds, and that taste really comes through. So for us, it's because we're mixing in the mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise.
There
So
you
we're
go.
just gonna line our tray.
See, I saw you had all these cutouts ready, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna let him do that.
Just to help it stick.
Right.
So normally when I train someone,
Yes.
this is the first thing I train them to do.
No, we'll try it another day.
Yes.
Like, we won't do it on TV. We'll save it for another day. I'll come home and then you can show me how to do it.
Alright, so the next step we'll make a cartouche. So a cartouche is the round paper at the bottom of the tray.
So it's called a cartouche.
Cartouche.
Whereas normally most of us would just say, I'll just cut out a circle.
Yes.
So it's a cartouche.
Cartouche.
A cartouche, people.
Yes.
I love this.
So Jackie, this is how we're gonna make a cartouche.
All right.
This is basically gonna go on the bottom of the tray.
See, normally for us, I just thought we're just going to cut it into a circle, but okay.
Yes.
A
So you
cartouche, people.
fold it into 4,
Right.
and then we're gonna form small triangles.
Oh, so almost like you're making the process of making a little mini airplane.
Yes.
Paper airplane.
So if you're fond of aeroplanes,
Right. There you go.
there you go.
Okay, and then?
we're gonna measure the radius of the tray from the middle to the edge,
Right.
just roughly, and then you're gonna cut it.
You want me to cut it? Or
Yes.
Okay, right there?
Yep.
Oh boy, give me a minute. It's like sliding. There you go.
Don't worry.
Getting there.
There you go. So that's our cartouche,
Very easy.
and then just drop it in.
I love the name for it though, cartouche. Right, so the cartouche is in.
So our tray is
Love the
ready,
sound of it. Cartouche.
and then we'll just put our cake batter in the tray.
Okay. So you said this is 4 layers, but we're only baking 2.
Yes.
Cakes?
So after the cake is baked, we're gonna toast the cake.
Okay, when you say taut, does that mean slice?
Yes.
Cartouche as in circle for the base, and taut as in cut.
Cut.
Slice.
Slice in the middle. So we're learning some of the important baking terms today,
Right.
and just because I use it a lot.
Of course.
That's why I'm saying all these terms.
Of course, of course. I love it because it just makes us, makes everything so fancy, doesn't it?
So just make sure that the cake batter is evenly distributed so that we have an even height.
Right. So these are in. Jay, what are we going to do now? Pop them in the oven?
Yes.
Okay, and we've preheated the oven to
150 degrees.
150 degrees, and we're going to bake them for
30 minutes to 45.
30 to 45 minutes. So that's 150 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes. And when we take them out, stay with us because we're going to go into a quick break. But when we get back, we are going to
Torte the cake.
We're going to torte the cake, which is slice the cakes. It's going to go from 2 cakes to make 4 layers.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
You'll need all your energy when you go back to play rugby. So I'm making you lots and lots of breakfast crackers. Don't tell the other players your secret to a great game or how good FMF breakfast crackers taste. I only want you to eat the best, Joelle.
Kalau udah kata orang mau bertakwa orang lebih COVID na tinggi ni beron game beta na kunong ko. Ini kay guna taka nangun scrub. Guri tengah bongko bi kimika sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, kung makamdaran doon kami Australia. GD mati.
Ko, siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, siya. Sa dulu. Rita, kayu ko naman Leonard po.
Siya nga singto na Leonard ba na rugby league?
Yo, masa ba nangunci?
Iyo, mati. Araw nangunci. Ha? Ata mo, mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
FMF friend Mula ni mataka ni viti Moyango mula marau Lena beisinga Nawakandi ni kebo ni ngau nango Pakanina nila takisai hiko nga Seni churi ruang dua mea doba nga Ebi
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Welcome back to the FMF My Perfect Bake Show. We're in the kitchen today with Josese, or as he's affectionately known, Jay, to so many. And he's been showing us just how easy it is to make German chocolate cake, which is American sponge cake. And now the cake is out of the oven. The 2 cakes are out of the oven, and we're going to get into decorating this so we can see the final product. So, Jay, over to you.
All right, so we have the cake here. We'll just take it out of the pan.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So we'll start off with the first process of toasting the cake.
Toting, right? Toting.
Yes. I have a lot of tools here. I'm just showcasing this because this is what I mostly use.
Yes.
So Jackie, we've already taught our cake.
Right.
Now
What's the next step?
we'll assemble the cake.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I am looking forward to this, and I'm sure everyone has been waiting for this.
So this is my ganache. It's just a mixture of chocolate and 70% dark chocolate and whipping cream.
I love dark chocolate, honest.
And what you have there, Jackie, is our German chocolate cake filling.
This?
Yes. So that's a combination of coconut, roasted pecan nuts, milk, powdered milk, eggs, and sugar.
And you've just mixed it all together?
There's a long process of doing this, so that's why I've made it
Okay.
in advance.
But it's just all of those ingredients put together, and here we have it.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so that will be our filling. We'll
Right.
use the ganache as our frosting on the outside.
Right.
So as you can see, we have our piping bag or pastry bag here.
Right.
I'll just show you how you can put your filling or your frosting inside.
Okay.
So you need a spatula,
Yep.
and all you need to do is
Oh, wow. Right. That's very fine. Did you blend the ingredients?
I actually chopped them up.
Okay, so they're okay. And then mixed it all in together.
Yes. So there you go, and then you're gonna cut it.
Right.
Cut the tip. You don't need a piping tip for this one because you don't need any sort of pattern.
Right.
So there you go.
Then it's done. Ah, very easy. Now we get to layering.
So I'm just gonna cut this one, and I'll use this to bind the sides.
Okay. Just the sides.
Just the sides.
Oh, that looks so lovely.
As you can see, it's a lot easier while using the piping tip.
Just so good to look at.
And then I'll put the filling in. I just want you to hold the...
Sure. Ah. Jay, this looks amazing. So what's next?
So we're gonna put the frosting on the cake.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this all to you because I'm just gonna mess up your work of art, so.
So we'll start from the top.
Right. Oh, I love this.
Normally bakers do crumb coating.
Right.
So
When you say crumb coating, what do you mean by crumb coating?
crumb coating is just a method or a step that you do when decorating cakes.
Okay.
Just to prevent the crumbs from falling out. It's just keeping the crumbs together.
Okay.
So we'll just do that process now. And also, you can still see the layers of the cake while crumb coating.
Yes. I feel like a child in a candy store just seeing all the decorations that you're going to be using.
And also, while you crumb coat, you're actually preventing the cake from bulging and forming air pockets.
Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead with the finishing touch.
Okay, I've seen this on so many TikTok videos. I don't know, there's just something so pleasing about seeing the cream going on, and then, you know.
I'm comfortable with this method because I work a lot faster using a piping bag.
Of course.
Rather than using a spatula to spread over the frosting.
Oh, that's a lot of frosting. And you know, in Fiji, we love our frosting. We love chocolate, anything, icing, you name it. And I love how you're just piling it on.
All right, so Jackie, now that we're done, as you can see, our frosting is a bit too much here.
Yeah.
So that's not to worry because we're gonna scrub it off.
Okay.
And as you can see that the frosting is a bit over the top compared to the cake.
Yes.
That is just to help us get even edges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I have a few sets of spatula.
Right.
It's just I like to have it available just in case if I need it.
Man, look at that. You make it look so easy.
And always have a separate bowl available just to scrape off the remaining frosting.
You know, if my daughter was here, she'd be standing on the other side and
I
she'll
know.
just be ready. Do you have nephews and nieces who do that?
Yes. They actually help me out.
Of course, with the cleanup and the taste testing.
Yes. Clean up and eating.
Of course, of
So
course.
I have a metal scraper here.
Right. Look at that. Wow. See, now I was thinking about doing this at home. I think I'll just order a cake through you and just let you do all of it for me, because now it's just, I'm looking at it, just think it's so perfect.
Go. So we'll try and put this in the fridge
Okay.
just to let it set,
Okay.
and then
How long were we putting it in the fridge for?
just for 15 minutes,
All right, let's get this into the
And then
fridge for
we'll-
15 minutes.
and we'll finish it off.
Okay, great. And now the cake is finally out of the fridge. It's been in the fridge for 15 minutes. Jay, it looks so good.
Thank you.
Honestly. And we haven't even gotten to decorating it. Okay, now for the decorating. I'm going to leave it to you because everything you've got here, these are, you know what these remind me of? Honeycomb.
Yes. I made those out of bubble wraps, so you can do this at home if
You mean the
have
wrapping bubble paper?
this.
Bubble paper, bubble wraps. Oh my goodness.
So you can melt chocolate and just place it over the bubble wrap and let it
Right.
chill for a while until it's set, and you can just peel it off.
This whole time I thought that you had a honeycomb mold.
No.
And now I'm finding out that it's actually bubble wrap. That is amazing.
And we also have some chocolate
Teardrops?
teardrops.
Wait, are they teardrops or what do you
Yes.
call them?
So yes, they are teardrops, and we actually use a spoon to do a smear
Right.
and let it chill.
Yeah, my teardrops wouldn't turn out like that if I tried, but okay.
So the first step is we'll just assemble this anyhow because I don't really have a specific way I thought of designing this cake.
Okay, I'll leave it to you.
So I'll just place that. I'll just need this as a glue on the cake.
Right.
And then we'll just place it over here.
Amazing. It's coming together.
And then we'll just use the small ones. Maybe pipe some more ganache
Right.
just for the effect.
Look at that. You know, thing is, we've always seen it. I've always seen it on your timeline on both Facebook and Instagram, but to have you here putting it together, it's just absolutely wonderful. Like, it's the most beautiful thing to see right now.
And then we have some macarons there.
So do you make the macaroons or have you sourced them locally?
I source them locally. The reason is that I don't have the right environment to work with macarons.
Yes, we had Sonal on the previous episode, and Sonal was telling us about this because she came on to make macarons.
Nice.
We keep calling them macaroons, but they're actually macarons. So she made them for us, and she was saying the same thing. It's all about having the right temperature in the kitchen. They're so colorful. Really breaks the chocolate.
Set this over there.
Yep.
All right. So we have some tools.
Uh-huh.
And we just pop that on top of the cake.
You know, so you bake at home. The end product, for me, if I was at home, like if you were my sibling, and I was seeing the end product every day, I'd just be like, wow. Like I would love this part of the entire process of making a cake. What's it like for your family? You know, being at home with you, watching the cakes when you're done with them and then they're ready, you know, for pickup. How does your family react to it?
They are just so proud of my work, and I can tell that they are my biggest fan.
Of course. I'm sure your mom and dad must be so
Yes,
proud.
They are. We'll just pop this somewhere here.
Look at that. Now I have to ask, and you know, I honestly, because your business started in the middle of lockdown in 2020, now that you're running your own business and it's very successful, do you plan on going back to any of the resorts, applying to go back to working full time? Or are you quite content with owning your own business and working from home?
I'm quite content that this is where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
And I feel that being my own boss gives me a lot of freedom into doing whatever I want to do.
Of course. And who would have thought that it would take a pandemic to get you
know.
here? You know, that's the crazy thing. It took a pandemic to shut borders down, to keep him from traveling back to the Cook Islands, have you stay home with a family, and then realize 6 months in to the shutdown, oh, you know what? I have all these talents and all these skills. Let's put it to good use. And here we are.
So
I think your business is a year old now, right?
a little over 1 year.
A little over a year.
And it's gonna be 2 in October.
Amazing. Oh, that looks so good. Beautiful.
And then we have that gold dust.
Right. Oh, this is gold dust?
Yes.
And that can be sourced locally as well?
Yes, we have them in our local supermarket.
Are you using a makeup brush?
Yes, I improvise. So we'll just dust it.
Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. That is a work of art.
So I guess we're done.
We're done?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now let's turn that around. I'll let you do the honors so that our viewers can see it. How beautiful is that?
So whose birthday is it?
It can be my birthday. My birthday's coming up. I think it's a week or 2 away. I'm a June 1st. I'm born on June 1st. So we'll make this my early birthday cake from you. Thank you so much.
Then I'm a July 1st.
What? Oh! See, we're meant to do this show, people. It looks so good. And there you have it. Here is Jay's amazing, look at that, so beautifully crafted German chocolate cake. Jay, we now reach the best part. We have to cut into this because I cannot wait to try this.
For sure.
I'll
give you the honors to cut, and then I'll...
You know, when it's so beautiful, you really just, oh man, I don't know where to start. Okay, so I just do it from here. I'm going to do it from here so that I don't cut into any of that because that looks so good. You want to sing me happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, guys. Okay, I'm just going to do that one and I'll let you do the rest.
All right.
Beautiful.
So this is how you cut a 4-layer cake.
Right. Oh. And then the other one is the second half?
Yes.
There you go. That looks so good. Look at those layers. Oh, it's finally time to taste this. I'm so excited. Yeah, you're gonna have that. Look at that. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. So good. Wow. Especially the filling, the coconut against the moist chocolate cake. That dark chocolate, it's not too sweet, it's just right. The nuts, the pecan nuts, that is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this recipe with us.
You're welcome.
And for coming on and this display of work of art. That's all I can say. Just absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Jay.
Welcome, Jackie.
Honestly appreciated. Glad you could join us for another episode on the FMF My Perfect Bake Show. I look forward to your company in our future episodes. And for a copy of the recipe, be sure to check out the comment box of this episode on the MyTV, Facebook, and YouTube pages. And to contact Jay for this and other delicious cake treats and whatnot, find him on Instagram and Facebook, The Cake Lab. As mentioned, we're giving 2 viewers a chance to win a hamper each thanks to FMF Foods Limited, Malia Clothing, and some of my favorite small businesses. So be sure to head over to the FMF Instagram page right after this. We've thoroughly enjoyed your company. I'll see you again soon. Take care and stay sweet.
You're a star, yes you are. Keep pushing through. FMF is there for you. We can make it true. Lead the way, create a path. Follow through and just have a blast. You're a star, yes you are. Keep pushing through. FMF, a promise of quality.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.